going to be hot out there. Be careful, be careful, be careful. In the sporting news, Tom just touched on this just a few minutes ago. LeBron going to the Heat.
Well, wait, did Tom pick that yesterday?
Did you pick that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did.
Did you?
He did.
Well, of course, he's the sports guy.
Well, I had a couple of texts last night after I got in saying, well, LeBron's going to the Heat. So obviously
Actually, I had a friend of mine text me while we were on the air, and, of course, my phone's way over there and turned – I don't know if I turned it off or not. But she said Cleveland. He was going to stay in Cleveland.
Well, that's what I picked, and
yeah.
Anyway.
I said the Clippers, which was pretty much a useless point.
I think he wanted to stay in Cleveland, but he did not see enough effort on the part of the team to put together the other parts for him to win a few championships.
What you're basically saying, he didn't see the effort from management to put together a strong enough supporting cast for him to go all the way.
Right.
And now they brought in Boozer, though, which had played in Cleveland a few years before. No, he went to Chicago.
Went to Chicago.
Right, okay, duh.
So they're all looking for one ring to have but I sound like J.R.R. Tolkien here. Tolkien, one ring to control them all, or something like that.
Well, it's like Tom just said a few minutes ago, and the problem they're going to have down there, they can only play with one basketball.
Exactly.
The other thing I wonder about, we know about LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
Right.
But you have to put 5 guys out there.
Yeah, there's
Who
two
are the
others.
other 2?
They don't even have and LeBron said this, they don't even have a full roster right now.
So you got a shooter, and a shooter. Where's your defense?
Right.
Let's hope, because everybody says defense wins games.
Because, I heard this morning that they're the automatic favorite now, hands down, to win the NBA championship.
Don't count out Phil Jackson.
Oh,
no. If I had to lay money on it right now, I'd take it on the Lakers.
I'll take the Lakers
Until somebody
again.
can unseat L.A., No, my money would be on the Lakers. I guarantee you.
I am definitely taking the Lakers,
because
too.
when they put Karl Malone and Gary Payton along with Kobe and Shaq in L.A., they wrote down automatic championship. They did make it to the finals.
And then got shellacked.
Right, by Detroit, who was a much less talented team. But the thing about it was Detroit beat them because they were a team.
Exactly.
And the Lakers had turned into 4 very gifted individuals that did not play as a team. And if you'll watch the Lakers, one thing about the Lakers now, everybody has a role on that team.
And that's what has made the Hawks pretty darn competitive the last couple of seasons.
Right.
Joe Johnson became a free agent. The Hawks offered him max money, and all the analysts are going, what, are you freaking crazy? He's not worth that kind of money. He's not that good. But he is a really key cog to the team that the Hawks are. And the Hawks have gotten to the playoffs. Yeah, they've stumbled. They've had a hard time. They've hit some – every team, they play 82 games plus about 100 more in the playoffs, and you get the little slumps now and then where things just don't go well. And the Hawks have had a hard time cranking it up for the playoffs. But they're getting there. And I think they are pursuing the idea, instead of get the superstar, get the team that works together.
Right, and that's the key thing.
And what's interesting about that is the ownership of the Atlanta Hawks have close to the worst reputation of ownership in professional sports. They're all kinds of political infighting in the offices, but thank goodness it doesn't happen on the court. They get along on the court. They play as a team. The bosses don't. They fight with each other all the time.
Now, we talked last hour, and I want to bring you back in. There's talk, D. Wade and Bosh, and Bosh's first name's Chris. Chris Bosh and LeBron James have taken pay cuts to team up to win a championship. But how much of a pay cut did they take?
That's not actually decided yet, and it's not that much. One of the little... If you re-sign with your own team, the NBA lets you sign a contract that's a year longer and for more money than if you'd gone somewhere else. Of course, the owners took about 10 seconds to figure out a way around that. What happens is if LeBron James actually needed it, they work out a deal where he signs for the hometown extra money of Cleveland, and then they turn around and trade him to Miami, and Miami's got to pay for it. So they could do that if they wanted to. I think if you re-sign, it's 6 years and $116 million. If you go on the market as a free agent, it's 5 years and $99 million. So it's not that huge a difference. And honestly, I would like to find out what it's like. But personally, I feel like if I were facing a choice between $99 and $116 million, I don't think it'd make a whole lot of
Right.
difference.
Hey, that was our point.
That was our point.
They're not making much of a sacrifice
Right.
here.
If you're going to take 99, if you're going to take basically $20 million a year and you're going to take a pay cut down to 15 or 17 million a year, what's the difference?
Exactly.